Hello, wonderful people. My name is Trent Parson, and today I'm here to make a very, very special video for you. Now guys, you remember the last video I had on this channel? It being me singing all the full movie themes shuffled. Well, guess what? The entire playlist messed up. So, I was trying to redo it again today, but unfortunately that didn't work out. There's something going on with the camera I'm using on my phone. Not just the camera, the entire phone. I really think my phone's got a virus right now. And yeah, so I think we're going to have a bunch of problems with the getting stuff up. Things like Let's Plays and all that. What I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to create a top 10 list. Not a top 10 list, I keep saying that. I'm going to be ranking all the Pokemon from Generation 1 through 7. Before we do that, I'm going to let you know that if you're wondering how I'm going to get them Let's Plays up, them like Pokemon Tournament Let's Plays and all that, I may actually use my LG for that. I was trying to use it for my singing video earlier, but I found out it was way too loud. So maybe that'll really help us in my Pokemon Tournament Let's Play where you can like barely hear stuff. That way this won't mess up the recording. Because I originally had a part 6 starting to record. Was recording and was eventually going to go up. But unfortunately, my phone said it failed to record after a few random ads popped up. And yeah, it got deleted. I had to delete it because it wouldn't play the video at all. And even if it did, it probably didn't get to the spot we needed to stop at. So yeah. Now back to the list, or the ranking. How I'm going to do this ranking is I got a picture up here on Google Images of all the starter Pokemon from Generation 1 through 7. And what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to use all of them and rank them. We're going to start from Gen 1 and go all the way through Generation 7. And each of the Pokemon in a generation is going to get 3 rankings. I might have said that wrong, but basically what's going to happen is I'm going to say my number 1 favorite is this Pokemon and see if I can explain some reasons why. The same thing for the rest of them. Number 2, I'll say why he's on number 2. And number 3, which is pretty much last place in a ranking of all the starter Pokemon in a single generation. So yeah, it's the lowest rating we can give. With that said, the only other thing I need to tell you about this list is please don't disrespect anything that I say from this. That way we can keep going on this channel. Like I said before, guys, I don't want to have to stop doing this. And that's what I'm telling y'all. If you don't leave no mean comments, we can actually keep going. Other than that, how I basically rank this list is I'm basing the Pokemon how cute or cool they look. So yeah, don't blame me if mainly you hear me say I like this Pokemon because it is cool and like really cute at the same time or something. I don't know, just some random thing about it being cool and cute and that being it. That's basically how I'm going to base every Pokemon. But the good thing is, you're going to know every Pokemon that I like from each generation now. Every starter Pokemon. With that said, we're going to go ahead and do Gen 1. Which has Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle. I'm going to go ahead and tell you their evolved forms. Just like I'm going to do that with the rest of the starters too. That way, y'all will know all the starters. I'm going to be going off the evolutions as well, like saying like why I like the Pokemon and everything. An evolution may be why I like the Pokemon. or why I dislike a Pokemon, and you'll see that definitely in Generation 1. So with that said, we're going to go and get started. Bulbasaur's evolutions are Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur. Charmander's is Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard. And Squirtle is a Squirtle, Wartortle, and Blastoise. And with that out of the way, we're going to go ahead and rank the Generation 1 Pokemon. And in my opinion, my favorite Generation 1 Pokemon, starter Pokemon, is actually Charmander. Now, the main reason is because, like I said before, or like I said in the beginning of this list, because of his evolution. Charizard has to be one of the best Pokemon around. I know people say he's really overrated, but I don't take it that way. I love Charizard. He is my favorite Pokemon, my #1 favorite. If I was to create a top 10 list, you would guarantee that he'd be probably the #1 spot. Like I said, the main reason is because of the evolution. And that's mainly the reason why these other two place lower. The #2 spot goes to Squirtle. And now listen to me here. Please don't hate on me for what I'm about to say. The main reason Squirtle is not any closer to #1. I mean, Charmander probably still would have won out even if he had no really bad flaws about him. But the main reason that Squirtle is not #1, or not even near #1, is because of its evolution. Again, the evolution aspect, and it's the same thing with Bulbasaur for being 3rd. I love Squirtle and Wartortle. It's Blastoise that drives me crazy. I'm not into Blastoise. I don't know why, I just don't like the evolution that much. I can't really explain reasons why either, and that's what drives me crazy. I'd love to give y'all an explanation of why in the world I don't like Blastoise that much. Or why I love Charizard and it being cool. And Charmander kind of being cute as well. Actually, kind of. Really being cute. Sorry about that. Same thing with Bulbasaur. Except I'm not really into any of its evolutions. Bulbasaur and Ivysaur are alright. I actually really don't mind about Bulbasaur that much. Ivysaur I actually kinda like in a way. Venusaur, again, kinda like Blastoise, is why I think ruined it for the I'm not really into Venusaur that much. And just like Blastoise, I can't really give you a good explanation of why I don't like him. Like I said before as well, I said this already, I'm basing the point on how I think basically how they look, whether they're cool, cute, or whatever. And I think the main reason I don't like Blastoise and Squirtle that well, Blastoise and Venusaur that well, is because of the fact that I just don't like the look of their evolution. Especially Venusaur. Like Blastoise, so I guess an alright. He ain't bad looking, but he also ain't the best looking either. Same thing with Bulbasaur, except he goes even lower on the worst rank. No, I'm not really into that evolution. While it may fit for the Pokemon, I don't like how it looks. So yeah. We're going to do the same thing going from Generation 2 to 7 now. I'm going to based on how cute they are. Or how cool they look. I'm sorry if the same explanation is basically like this Pokemon, its evolution was bad or whatever. Sorry if that's mainly the explanations for all the Pokemon. That's the best reason I can give for you though. Really, like I said in the beginning, I'm basing these on whether they're cute or cool. If it don't meet any of them requirements, it can't be on the list, or it has to be lower on the list. And you'll probably see that more when we get to later generations, like for example, let's say Gen 3. There's a Pokemon there I'm not really into one of its evolutions. I ain't gonna let you know which one that is until we get to Gen 3. Let's talk about Gen 2 though. Gen 2, the 3 Pokemon you could choose from are Chikorita. Which Chikorita goes from Chikorita to Bayleaf to Meganium. After them, you have Cyndaquil. Cyndaquil can go from Cyndaquil to Quilava, and then finally to Typhlosion. And right after him, you have Totodile. You have Totodile, you have Croconaw, and you have Feraligatr. So yeah, with that said, let's go ahead and rank them. Well, I mean rank them based on how good they are. Remember guys, I'm not based in this, I'm not going to say whether they're cute or cool anymore. I'm talking about, I'm not going to just keep saying I base on whether they're cute or cool. I'm going to say this is not based on game references or anything. No moves, no pool set of moves or whatever. You know, it's not based on any of that. No stats. It's not based on that. It's just based on how the Pokemon looks and how I think it looks in my opinion. So a Pokemon that I think is ugly, either from its evolution or whatever, could definitely be lower on the list. And you saw that with definitely Bulbasaur and Blastoise. Bulbasaur and Blastoise. I'm sorry guys. Blastoise and Venusaur. Sorry about that. Okay, so out of the three Gen 2 stars, my favorite out of them three is definitely Totodile. Now, Totodile I have a little bit of a reason for, especially during this last few days. I've just loved Totodile. I loved Totodile when I first saw him, but whenever I played Pokemon Mystery Dungeon at Spores of Darkness and did my Let's Play on it, I chose Totodile as my partner. And when me and Totodile got separated at the end of the game, it made me upset. As long with Totodile, it made me upset. Literally, I think at the end of that project, I was literally about to cry because of how sad the end of the game was. Because whenever, I'm not going to spoil anything in the game, whenever a certain Pokemon said that I would disappear, me and every Pokemon in the future, that's the only thing I'm telling y'all. If y'all haven't played the game, play it to hear more of the story. When I heard the certain Pokemon say that, I just knew that when the end of the game came up, it would be heartbreaking. And, oh gosh. Sorry guys, as soon as I said heartbreaking, my heart really, I started thinking about what happened with me and Totodile at the end. Anyway, I had to leave Totodile by the end of the game, and he was very upset. So yeah, thanks to another Pokemon though, we got to be back together. I did not get to record that part though. I was trying to do the second part of the game for the camera, but my game glitched out. Because my buddy Totodile got knocked out one time and never came back. Literally, every dungeon I go into, he wouldn't be there. So yeah, without him, it was kind of, I couldn't make it through any dungeons. That's why I quit. Or that's why I stopped at the first part of the game. Ever since that game thing though, I have loved and missed Totodile even more than I have before. And just thinking about the game drives me crazy, because thinking about the end of it. Along with that, my computer's lock screen picture is actually a picture of Totodile. I'll show you that at the end of this video. I'll show you all the Pokemon I got on here. I won't show you all the Pokemon pictures. I'll save that for a little bit later, maybe. I'm going to show you like my desktop background and my lock screen background, and yeah. Other than me just loving Totodile, I like its evolutions a lot too. I don't find any of them horrible. I love them both. I mean, I still kind of miss the cute little Totodile that we usually have, but hey, I love all its evolutions, just letting you know. As for these other two, Chikorita and Cyndaquil, I think Chikorita has to win this one. Mainly because of how it looks in the start of the game. Cyndaquil is alright to me. I like Cyndaquil actually, in a way. But the thing is, I don't know why this in particular drives me crazy. But it's just eyes starting out being closed kind of drives me crazy. I don't know why. And that's what kind of makes Pokemon not look as cute, I guess you could say. So, yeah. Its evolutions are even better, though. Like, I like Kulava and I like Typhlosion. They're both awesome evolutions. So, I have to say, for what Cyndaquil had bad in the beginning, which even ain't that bad, it's just the eyes that kind of drive me crazy. I don't know why it's the eyes, either. Trust me, I don't know why it's the eyes. But yeah, I love all of its evolutions. It took the number 3 spot, and Chikorita is going to take the number 2, mainly because, again, like before, I don't hate any evolution. And he actually looks a little bit cuter in the beginning too, so that's kind of one reason why he got picked a little bit higher than Cyndaquil. Not to mention, I love both their evolutions, especially Bayleaf. But yeah, guys, with that said, I know we're going through this list kind of quickly. Actually, not kind of quickly, because it's been over 17 minutes long. We may have to hurry this up a little bit more. Let's go on to Gen 3. Gen 3 has the starters of Trico, which goes from Trico to Grovyle to Sceptile. Torchic, which goes from Torchic to Combusken to Blaziken. And finally, Mudkip, which goes from Mudkip to Marshtomp to Swampert. Out of all these evolutions, or out of all these Pokemon, I think my favorite one out of all three of them is definitely Trico. And again, mainly because of its evolutionary line. I love Grovyle and I love Sceptile, no doubt about it. They're one of my most favorite Pokemon from Gen 3. It might be my most favorite Pokemon from Gen 3. So yeah, along with that, the number 2 spot. By the way, the rest of this list probably won't be very long because the video's already been 19 minutes. So yeah, I may just tell you why I like them real quickly and then move on so we can get through this as quickly as possible at this point. Unless I have like a story to tell about why I like it, kind of like what I did with Totodile. Plus I want to show you that thing at the end, so I might want to hurry this up a little bit more. The number 2 spot in Gen 3 has to go to Mudkip. I have to admit, its second evolution is not pretty to look at. I mean, it ain't horrible to look at either, but it ain't like, I'm trying to think of a good example. Crap. I mean, it's kind of like Croconaw in a way. I said, let's compare. Let me compare it in my terms. If I was to put Croconaw and Marshtomp beside each other, which one do you think would? Which one do you think that I would think would be uglier? If y'all said, sorry, as my brain's mixed up from me talking kind of fast. If you said Marshtomp, you were right. Can I tell you this? Marshtomp has to be the. It ain't the best looking evolution. That's all I can say. It's the nicest term I can put it in. It gets even better with Swampert though. Swampert is awesome. I like Swampert to pieces, and if I did choose Mudkip for a starter, I would look forward to using Swampert. Mainly because of its looks. Like I said, I don't worry about move pools and all that. I mainly go on looks. And I know most of y'all are probably also hating me for this choice. Number 3 goes to Torchic. Because, again, just like Blastoise and Venusaur, it's got probably the ugliest evolution there ever was. No, not the ugliest evolution, that's for sure. There's an uglier evolution, but that's later on in the generation. That may be all the way in Generation 7. He definitely got the ugliest thing, but I definitely wouldn't want one with me. Compared to Trico and Mudkip. Now I understand, guys, that some of y'all might think Sceptile looks ugly or Swampert looks ugly. But I have to admit, they actually look really cool to me. I actually heard from someone that I watched on YouTube that said Sceptile can be a real timid Pokemon. So there you go. Something that looks like a monster could actually be your friend if you think about it. I know my lines ain't making much sense. I'm trying to hurry this up as well, though, and it's making my brain spin around circles. So yeah, I've heard that Trico's a really timid Pokemon. Not Trico, Sceptile. So yeah. Now on to Gen 4. Gen 4 has, I can't even explain it, some of the best and worst Pokemon in it to me. The starters in that region are Turtwig, and its evolution is Turtwig to Grottle to Torterra. Chimchar, which goes from Chimchar to Monferno to Infernape. And finally Piplup, which goes from Piplup to Prinplup to Espeon or something. No, not Espeon, I'm sorry. Crap. Sorry, Final Evolution sounds too much closer related to that name. It sounds about the same to me. Empoleon. I'm close enough. I'll just say Empoleon. So yeah. Out of all these evolutions, out of all of these Pokemon, I love Turtwig the best. Like I said before, if a Pokemon looks ugly, or it has an old evolution, it really is going to drop it down. And Turtwig is not really an example of that. I love all 3 of its evolutions. Grottle, I have to say, if anything, is probably the ugliest part, and even that ain't bad. I ain't gonna look at it and be disgusted by it. At least not in the Pokemon world. I don't know how it'll look in the real world. After that, I'm going to go with Piplup. Piplup mainly because, well, Chimchar just has something that drops him down low, down on this list. Just like with Torchic, he has a very bad evolution that I don't like. For Chimchar, that has to be Infernape. And I know most of y'all might like that, but for this list, I'm basing it off of looks, how cool they are, and how cute they are, or something like that. So basically, how they look is basically the whole stuffing of it. I don't know why I said stuffing. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get through this as fast as possible, and it's driving me crazy. It's the whole gist of it. Let's just say it. Alright. I mean, he may look cool to some people, but to me, I mean, I can't admit he does look cool, but I ain't gonna say that he's like gonna be one of the Pokemon he can just stare out maybe without getting creeped out or whatever. I can't think of the right word for it. I'm sorry, guys. This is really driving me crazy having to go through this list fast, and when I do, I can't think of words that I need. Like now, I've already forgot completely what I was talking about. I know I was talking about the evolution, and I know I was talking about Infernape, but I don't remember completely what I was talking about with Infernape now. See what I mean? This is why I may just have to just say, number 1's this, because blah 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 blah, number 2's this, because blah 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 blah, number 3, this, blah 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 blah. I may just have to do that for the rest of the generation, because if I keep talking any longer, it's all to... If I talk any more than that, it's going to drive me crazy. I'm losing my mind right now in my head. My head's just like... It sounds like a ticking time bomb. As soon as I said that, it sounds like it feels like right here I can hear tick, 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 and it's just ready to go off. So yeah, I'm sorry if I rush through the rest of this list. Gen 5, which is black and white, has the starter Pokemon of Snivy, which goes from Snivy to Servine to Superior. Tepig, which goes from Tepig to Pignite into Emboar. Sorry about that. And then along with that we have Oshawott. Oshawott goes from Oshawott to Dewott into Samurai after that. Out of all 3 of these starters, definitely the grass type Snivy would be number 1. Mainly because of its evolutions again. While its evolutions may look creepy to some people, I don't know if it's any of y'all out there. I really love Snivy and its evolutions. It's just really cute, and yeah. Along with the last 2, the second person would have to be Tepig. I love Tepig's evolution, at least till the final one. I love Tepig and Pignite. It's cool. But actually, I really don't even mind about Emboar that much. So yeah, see, there's really nothing I don't like about Pignite either, or Tepig either. Now Oshawott, the only reason I really don't like, the only reason he dropped the lowest on this list is because of the fact that his middle evolution, how creepy it kind of looks. Dewott. I do not like Dewott. Well, based on looks, maybe just by how he does in the anime and all that, it's probably pretty cool. So yeah, Snivy's number 1, Pignite's number 2, and because of Dewott, Oshawott's number 3. Let's go on to Generation 6, which has the starters of... Did I say Jespin a while ago? No, I didn't. Sorry. It has the starters of Jespin. I can't remember its evolutionary line. And main reason is because I don't like his evolution. Really. I think it's the worst and ugliest evolution out there. When I keep saying out there, but it probably ain't the worst looking one to me. There's probably a Gen 7 one that I hate worse than that. But yeah. Sorry guys. And I brought up my phone and now I've lost my thoughts again. Give me a minute. I'm out of the... Oh, I gotta go through the evolutions first. Sorry about that. I guess I can't remember Jespin's evolution because I really don't like them that much. So you can probably already tell he's number 2 or 3. Definitely number 1. Vennekin, which goes from Vennekin to Braixen to Delphox. I believe that's it. And finally, Froakie, which goes from Froakie to Frogadier and to Greninja. Out of all of these Pokemon, I think the coolest one, and this is mainly thanks to the anime right here, is Froakie. And again, because of its evolution, well, I like how all of it looks. Froakie is number 1 in the Gen 6 era because I like how he looks. All 3 of his evolutions are cool looking. I used to think Greninja was really ugly, but then I watched the anime and had this whole backstory with Ash and his Greninja. I was like, wow. And I came to love Greninja. I ain't gonna say love, but I came to like him, not dislike him anymore. So yeah, there was that reason why I think Froakie should be number 1. Number 2, you could probably already tell who it's gonna be. Go ahead, say it out loud. That's right. Whoever said Vennekin, congratulations, you are in number 2. Vennekin is my number 2 favorite. If any of y'all thought about saying Jespin, do you not remember me not even remember his evolutions? Yeah, that's how much I really don't like his evolution. Jespin's like the best part of it all. Jespin's like the... let's wait till we get to Jespin before I talk about that. Anyway, about Vennekin. Our evolutions are cool looking again. And time's just about up. Sorry about that. Its evolution is cool.